Welcome back. Now, oil prices succumbed to concerns of a supply overhang today, erasing modest early gains as analysts said a persistent global surplus of crude would keep pressuring the market. Let's talk more about this with Kodli Nduka, a research analyst at Financial Derivatives Company. Hello, Kodli.
Hello, good afternoon.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Now, oil prices are still heading southwards, although there was a slight rebound this morning. What led to that rebound and why didn't it last?
Well, I guess it's because of news about inventories. It just keeps on changing everything in the market. So people were expecting an increase of 3 million barrels, but the API actually said it went up by 4.6 million barrels. And who knows what the EIA is also going to report. So all this is making us believe that the supply is still there in the market. Then we also had news about China's growth, 6.9%, even though a lot of people expected that, but I mean, compared to the double digits growth they used to have in the past, I mean, this is nothing compared to it. So it shows like there's still that weakness in China. So looking at that, then we also talk about Iran sanctions were recently, and they are also planning to release about 500,000 into the market. So if you put all that in perspective, it looks as if we're still going to have this supply overhang in the market without a corresponding increase in demand.
Now, the energy expert that spoke in the report I just played earlier believes OPEC needs to take a stance now. Now, with the way the prices of oil are going, do you think OPEC should begin to consider cutting supply?
Well, it's quite dicey for them. In the past, when the US shale producers were in there, they could intervene in the market. They could actually cut production because somehow they still had the larger market share. But now things have changed since that time. There's US shale, then there's Russia, there are other people. So if they cut down production, it's actually going to help these other people to boost production. It's going to be attractive for them, and they will lose market share. So it's not really favorable for them. So that's why they are saying that, okay, even if we're going to cut production, it's going to be a collective effort, not just from us OPEC, but from also the non-OPEC members. Let's do it together so that prices can go up. But like, I can't be the scapegoat again, like in previous cases, and cut down production while we suffer. So I don't really think they are going to buy that idea of cutting down production unless the non-OPEC, non-all OPEC members also cut production.
Now, if the oil price should go down as low as $20, is that going to do any good to anybody? You know, just as the expert talked about in that report, would that be of any good to anybody?
No, it's not going to do any good to anybody. I mean, we've even just Nigeria here, we are seeing the effects of this. Salaries are not being paid, government revenues are down. I mean, look at our exchange rate, we're struggling with it. And then even Saudi Arabia that has reserves, I mean, they are going to record the deficit for the first time. They are even thinking about an IPO. They've opened the market to other people. So it's not easy for anybody. Let me not even start with what is happening in Venezuela. So $20 oil is not good for anybody, bro. So everybody's just trying to fight for their lives now. They're just doing what's best to manage the situation, and at the same time still trying to hold on to a market share so that they don't lose it. So it's not looking good.
Now, we've seen the global market being rattled by two factors. That's oil and China. Now, which of these may become messier in future?
Well, uh, it's hard to say because the China factor is also playing into oil, so it's kind of like a double hit for oil because apart from the supply side, then you also have weak demand for China. So I think the oil part is really going to be it's really going to be bad, especially for oil exporters, especially for those of us that really rely on oil. And on the other hand, too, China is also important for a lot of us because I mean they buy most of all these commodities in countries. A lot of countries depend on them to buy things from them because of their capacity, their population. So if they reduce that significantly, it's also going to affect their market. So it's really hard for me to decide which one is going to be more.
All right. Now, let's quickly look at the Nigeria's downstream sector. Yesterday, NNPC shut down Kaduna and Warri refineries. What are the implications of this? Are we likely going to see another round of fuel scarcity?
It's a shame that when we thought things are getting a little better with the refineries, and then they announced that it's been shut down again because of pipeline vandalism and all that. So yes, it's possible that it could affect. It's going to affect fuel supply because I guess they would have been expecting that the refineries will produce some amount while they get the rest from imports. So they probably wouldn't have factored the fact that the refineries would go down for some time. I mean, apart from the usual maintenance period, which they factor in. So that part that is now coming from those refineries now, they'll have to import them to cover that gap. And it's going to take some time before that is done, before they can import that. So if that might reflect in the market, I think that might reflect in the market and we might see queues again.
Well, that's a pity. Anyway, thank you very much, Cordelie. Thank you for your time. Well, that was Cordelie Nduka, research analyst with Financial Derivatives Company here in Lagos. It's on that note that we say thank you for being part of this program. Hope to see you again same time tomorrow. Have a good afternoon.